So we're almost 2 weeks removed from UFC 273. Obviously, the result went how they went. Volkanovski beats Shang Tsung Jung in the main event in what was a pretty stellar performance. And it was very sad for Shang Tsung Jung. Came up short twice in title fights. First, getting beat by Jose Aldo, losing him 4th round by TKO. Who was already down 3-0 heading into the 4th and 5th. And then Volkanovski, he lost to Volkanovski in the 4th round. Arguably should have been stopped in the 3rd. Still a solid fighter in the featherweight division, but as he said himself after his post-fight interview in the cage, he may retire after that because he's very likely not going to become UFC featherweight champion unless a freak sequence of events happens to like Volkanovski and Holloway, right? And an interim title happens, because as far as it stands, those two kind of run the pack, and if Aldo was still in the featherweight division, Aldo probably still run the pack too. So, very tough position for Jung to be in. Now, in this game, his weapons that he loves to use, those dipping uppercuts, those rear hooks, the dipping jab, you can kind of hit that a little bit if you slip to the inside. It's not going to have the same effect, though. His kicks are pretty okay. The rear calf kick is pretty good. His rear leg kick is solid, as well as his double flying knees. I watched a lot of film on him, and he does enjoy using the flying knees to get into his double legs. I think he did that a couple times against Dan Ige most recently. Yeah, right there, the lead flying double knee. He's if you play him to his strengths, like actually try to target the body pretty heavily to get your opponent to open up their hands. He loves using the clinch to land a few uppercuts, and then on release he'll go and fire up a body shot, and then we'll decide where to go, continue to go low or go up top. So that's a nice little game plan one can mix in. Of course, his clinch uppercuts are level 3, and he landed some hammers on Frankie Edgar as well. That was very painful to watch. The pain was very strong. But, you know, that was a stellar performance from Shang Tsung Jung as well. Albeit, you know, yeah, I just wonder who he can fight next. His grappling's also pretty solid as well, but we know that. You know, that fight with Dustin Poirier, I think way before I started watching MMA, I had to go back and watch that. That was an absolute fight of the year. I'm pretty sure they won fight of the year at the time. But Shang Tsung Jung, absolute MMA pioneer of the sport, especially in the featherweight division. Very solid fighter on UFC 4. Will always be a solid fighter. I'm pretty sure if UFC 5 comes out, there'll be like a little legend model for him or something, icon model for him, because he is truly an icon in Korean MMA, a leader for sure. So we're going to take him over to Ranked Championships. We're going to go have some fun. And as always, don't forget to like the video. Let's get some action going. Let's go. Damn, I damn near forgot to put my no-HUD settings on. I was doing some quick fights with the boys and I completely forgot to switch my settings. So, if you notice, I'm trying out the medium camera angle, which you'll see in a bit, because my last stream that I did for UFC, when I was doing the subscriber stream, guys are asking about the different camera angles, and I do have a video. It's about strike ranges, and since we're talking about Volkanovski and Jung, yeah, we're going to get into these strike ranges. So, you are an Aldo player, so I will wait for you. There you go. Knowing your strike range with different fighters and also recognizing the camera angle can help you out so much in your striking. And you can kind of dictate or see what type of play style your opponent has. Like this Aldo right here. That's the second time now that he's planted a 3-piece combination. Looks I got close. He doesn't really want to engage first. He's kind of just doing this old UFC 3 style, just hanging back, waiting for the forward vulnerability, and then planting and ripping the 3-piece, which is okay, but notice when I'm going backwards, he doesn't want to engage. He's scared to engage when I'm going backwards, and he doesn't even know where to freaking throw his feet. So he kind of refuses to take his front foot. So now he put himself up against the cage. Yeah, let's go look to tee up on him right now. Okay, looking through. There we go, got the hit stun. And when you get that hit stun right there, you get frame advantage. And frame advantage is a big part of exchanges in this game. We get down Aldo? Yes, we do. Sweet. Maybe the hooks there, and we are now in half guard. One thing that, speaking about grappling, Volkanovski's takedowns are pretty solid against Shang Tsung Jung. Jung is not really that easy to take down like that. The only other guy that was able to do so was Jose Aldo with a broken foot. And Volkanovski, once he started getting comfortable with his hands, he was able to take down Jung. Now Jung, he in that round 1, that was tough. It was very tough for him. There was a moment where he landed his left hook, but then he ate a teep in return, and it got dropped by a 2-3 by Volkanovski. and another low kick buckled him once again right after that. They slugged for a bit, but Volkanovski was never truly any danger in those exchanges. He was extremely comfortable. But and Jung, you got to give it up to him. His heart was there, and he has improved in the instance that, how do I say this? It's kind of weird to say this, that Volkanovski maybe just could have been the Volkanovski effect that he made Jung look like he did against Aldo years ago, or is it matter that Jung just simply refined his tools against the later parts of the division? Now, he still took losses to Yair, which in the fight he was winning, and then to Ortega, where he got blanked on the scorecards. But for the most part, he did have some noticeable improvements in terms of his risk management, and that went all out the window once Volkanovski established that jab and everything that came right behind it. And it's not just a regular straight-on jab. He can dip it low. He can come from an inside foot angle. He can come from the outside foot angle, and then when he starts to switch to southpaw, he lines up his left cross down the middle instead, and it was just nuts, just very tough for him. Now, Jung did try some low kicks against Volkanovski. Nice little slip there. But it would seem like every single time that Jung tried to get more than one strike going in his exchanges, Volkanovski expected him to sit there to trade, and he was able to meet him there and evade out. Whereas Jung was willing to eat shots to try and land one big one, but Volkanovski was just way too smart. Although there was an instance in round 2 where he did land a pretty solid left hook on Volkanovski that forced Volkanovski to shoot, but Volkanovski ended up getting a takedown, dragged him down the half guard. He was pretty fine, but the ground and pound was solid. There was no submission threat by Jung, which is crazy. I mean, the damage he had taken prior to that, it was a borderline 10-8 in that round, in round 2. And I thought that fight should have been stopped in round 3. Jung, he's now in a position where he's lost 2 title fights, and he's not going to make a run for the title. Like, I'd be very surprised if he does that. I know Jose Aldo made bantamweight, but I highly doubt that Chang Sung Jung is going to be able to make bantamweight. I don't know, like, who does he fight next? Edson Barboza? Edson Barboza versus Chang Sung Jung? I'll be there for that. You see? This guy's struggling when it comes to going forward. But I think right now the only thing that Jung could do is have some, maybe 1 or 2 fun fights, leave on a win, or maybe just have a crazy one final fight and then just call it a career. 2-time UFC title challenger, always ranked in the top 5 of your division. That is no shame at all. That is an illustrious career in a division full of legends, right? Too much is spoken about the guys who are champions, and we got to give credits for like the men that stuck it out through and proven themselves to be worthy contenders to even get to the title fight position. Down there. See, this is the same. His guy's gonna drain himself out. I know he's just firing, and he's just not letting his stamina return. And he's out. Whoa. I hate it when I see people use armor that way. I hate it. It's too much retreating and not establishing a significant threat. I really don't respect all the leg kicks from a lot of people because I know that they're usually throwing it from punching range. They're usually throwing it in a form of panic, and they don't really know how to capitalize on vulnerability with the leg kicks, which is why I try to focus on quality as opposed to quantity when it comes to leg kicks outside of the calf kicks. But this guy just kind of Woodley style glued himself back to the cage when he started panicking and mashing those 3-piece combinations. Left himself in a short-term stamina exchange, and he is out. Out cold. To get it done for Chang Sung Jung in an alternate timeline. Let's move on to another one. So this guy chose Volkanovski, and this guy, Spooky Ghost. I think it's a Spooky Ghost. He's beaten me before, I think like once or twice, by like split decision. This guy's grappling is really solid. I've actually stopped by one of his streams before, and he also grapples with no HUD. He still strikes with the HUD on, but he grapples with no HUD. So a lot of respect to this guy. I'll probably give him a good little shout out after this, win or lose. He's ranked top 3 on ESFL since I've retired from ESFL competition. Oh, nice little takedown feint there. I've seen him do some pretty clean work, so this isn't going to be easy at all. There's a clinch, Oof, there's a slip hook. Clinches again. Oh, no way we blitzed him out of there so quickly. Oh, let's go. Let's get him out. Bro, ain't no fucking way. He ate all those shots. That's insane. Wow. Okay, so we got him inside control, so we can kind of relax. What I like about Spooky, he grapples very intelligently. Where like he decides when he wants to posture and throw a lot of strikes versus like throwing minimal strikes. So he'll throw like, I've probably played him about like 6 or 7 times. He's beat me like twice on like my showcase alts and everything like that. I haven't showcased a lot of the fights because a lot of times it'd be before an ESFL event. And I don't like to post footage whenever a guy's about to fight on ESFL, but it's like I think it's far. I think the ESFL season is done right now, so I don't think it matters. Good reversal. I mean, when I was talking, but he's very menacing on top. Look at that. He uses 2 or 3 fakes to try to bait out what you're gonna do. Good denial. Good denial. I felt he denied that. Oh shit, he got me in the mouth. And he's very patient. Not a lot of panic transitioning from him, and he's more than happy to work with the control time, which is I'm pretty sure how he got me. Reversal though, and he's very determined to grapple whenever he needs to grapple. And he already started out the fight throwing out a bunch of four-piece combinations. I don't have any intentions of subbing him. I'm just kind of using this to stall at the clock while I talk. But very, very solid guy. He streams on Twitch, so I'll definitely link in the Twitch stream to his channel. You guys can take a look, because I think it's important that you guys check out other players that may not be as heralded as other, YouTubers or ESFL champions or whatnot, because I think you just see another person's perspective of them getting better and them making their way up the leaderboards and their style of doing so will kind of help you open up your own style, because there's a lot of things I see players do that I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know I could do that. So definitely do that. So we're just gonna stand up here. We've already won the damage portion. Alright, that's 3 body hooks right away, bro. You got somewhere to go? Now, I expect him to be really smart and start to not throw a straight strike as his 3rd strike. Eventually, and he'll switch. There you go, read that counter. No sir, no sir. That minor pull saved my ass. So, the tempo of this fight is pretty high. It's pretty high. Pretty high. What I have to do against guys who are like top-ranked ESFL contenders, I gotta play a little bit differently, even though I'm trying to do a Sim Jung showcase to an extent. I gotta recognize they're going to have built-in responses, akin to like Volkanovski. Sneaky little front kick there. So right, we didn't raise up to touch gloves. He's ready to smite. Ready to have smoke at all times. And a lot of good. He changed it to the leg kicks. There it is. This is the poke he likes to go for. And it's targeting the body, because I like to pull. So now I'm gonna start targeting his body. I just want to eliminate his straight strikes. Held block there. Spin body shot. He's trying to force the pulls. That's 3 times. That's the 2nd time he's gone through the body. Nope. Oh my god. He's eager to land that pull counter. Feeling that. Even Volkanovski, like I said, with Jung's body uppercut. Nope. I saw that. Let's go. Let's pass guard. Jung's body uppercut is a really good punish when the person lifts a strike, because it does a lot of damage and saps a lot of stamina out. So you can use that instead of the body straight if you feel comfortable. Knock him down. Volkanovski has a goddamn chin on him. One thing that I was kind of worried about with Volkanovski versus Jung was Jung, I'm pretty sure they did their homework on him, which is why he was able to land that jab as much as he did, but Jung would bait dipping his head to see how his opponent will react to his own dipping jab or his own dipping uppercut. If his opponent tries to pull the uppercut, or to pull the jab, then Jung will look to land overhand as his opponent tries to pull the strike. However, if his opponent's trying to in the middle of when I'm trying to get like in depth for like an analysis, Oh, nice. Faked the way they kept going that way. I try to get definite analysis. People transition on me relatively quickly. It's tough. This is not good. Team, this is not good. No. But yeah, Jung would use that dip and jab as a means to make reads, and if his opponent's hands come up, that was weird. He'll use that opportunity to shoot his own takedowns. He wasn't able to get much going off against Volkanovski. Volkanovski was just, again, outpositioned really well. Oh, come on, I didn't to deny that. Why did he go that way? Oh, yeah. Okay, we're out. First one's the fake, and the second time's the real one. We'll probably start switching it to the third. What the fuck? Cheeky. He did that to reset the half guard timer. I like that. I like the way he grapples. He's very active. Extremely active. Not a lot of guys are very active when they're on the ground. But he's content to hold position, but then immediately once he gets it down, yeah, there's the posture. Oh my god. That's a forever ground and pound. He definitely still got that round, but he's I got those 2 rounds. I can't let him see. What he does is that when he makes an adjustment to the ground, if I recall correctly, I think he had Jones. I think I was using like Anderson Silva or something, and he had Jones. You know, Soto Gari just shot him. Oh, why did I go there? I denied the wrong way. I still do that sometimes. Nope. It's fine by me. We just got neutralized him today. Let's go. It's alright. You can pellet the body all you want. I'm perfectly okay with this. I start undeniable faking, but I'm not too confident in my ability to do so on this MS. I'm pretty sure this MS is like 120 MS or so, and it might just seep through, so I'm perfectly okay with this. Alright, he's up. Alright, the body health recovery bit. Wow! Oh, that was so clean. That was so clean. Wow. That was very similar to what Volkanovski did. Very similar. And he also, I don't know if you guys are aware. So, oh my god, I'm trying to give this guy praise as he's a half guard. But, no, you're not passing. When you hit the lunging jab and you land it, you get a good amount of grapple advantage. Look at that. 2, and then went to 3rd as I expected. Good enough. Jesus Christ, relentless with the grappling. This guy is champ material. He is champ material for sure for USFL. He can definitely hold the belt. If he gets anybody down, he works his game plan. This guy can definitely become USFL champion. But that lunging jab, especially if you have an opponent back up against the cage, you can get maximum full GA for the takedown. And then after that lunging jab, you shoot takedown. It's going to come a lot easier. A lot of fakes. A lot of fakes. I'm reading it though. Very strong round for him. Well, he's in a compromising spot. No, gonna recover guard. Come on. I don't feel twisted. No, sir. Not today. This is a very. He has me on playing defense right now. I can afford to give this round away, kind of an extent. I could try and get up, but it's not worth the risk. Let's go here. I'm not going to get this guillotine at all, but this is just kind of to stall out the time. There's like a minute, some change left. It's going to score a little bit of offense for me, and I'll have to worry about the guillotine for a bit. Yeah, you don't have to, not every submission has to be a death submission. You can just go for it to score, although him passing all my guard all this time is going to score for him as well. Very solid. I'm still like, I got to drill that. I got to go back to I used to fuck around and do that with like Alexei Oleinik on UFC 3. I completely forgot about it. Well, postured up again. Whoop. 2 seconds left. All right, he's definitely got that round. He's definitely got that round. That was a good, well-deserved round too. That takedown setup was nice. Jung's like shit. Whew.
All right, so a lot of highlights over those previous 5 minutes. Take us through the replay if you would.
They're highlighting that a little bit of damage there because he lunged into that hook. I don't think that's. I think he landed. I think the control time and damage he got on the ground is more than enough to outweigh that thing. I don't know why you're highlighting that. Right? Backing up, no touch. He'll keep this foul on the feet. There it is. As much damage as he can. He's trying to force out a counter. Woo! Good denial. The Swiss slide backs counter. Catch him. Brass's head's coming back to the center line, so I'm going to try to throw that uppercut so he can't pull. He got me down again. Yeah, I gotta make sure I get back to drilling how to deny those takedowns again. Sometimes I do it off a whim, sometimes I don't. Rep.
Alright, so inside the open guard.
Back up from into guard.
Careful playing around for too long here on the ground
Back to full guard.
We'll see how he chooses to defend here.
Inside the closed guard is the way to work. Nice. He's content to be here though. He's gonna be very content to be here. So we're gonna either look for the ref. See if we can pop him for the now. Nah, I mean reversal. I feel confident on the feet. That should have done something. Him trying to touch, hit my body back, telling me his body off is low, because it feels like when he's attacking my body, it's a means to try to like even it out. Nope. Saw that coming. And if y'all didn't know what I did there, play that shit back in slow-mo when I drop this shit live. Taking the body uppercut. Can discourage the takedown too. Fainting. Nope. There it is. Oh, body rock. What's that shit that Ed Parker says? Alexa, rock my body. Alexa, play rock my body. Or some shit. He used to do that shit all the time. UC3. It's my round. A minute left. We just got to manage the clock accordingly. Nope. You gotta change up that third strike. Body health is going low, bro. Oh. Appreciate you not going out for that one, bro. That was. So a lot of guys don't know when you hit that rear body hook, it is 10 times harder to try to slip after that rear body hook. He might have been trying to slip, and that's why he felt confident to do it after the rear body hook, but it's really hard to do. It's much better to do it the lead. But that's a really good fight for the show, because I think I might end it at that. I'm gonna drop the link for Spooky Ghost's channel, so you guys can go watch him on Ranked Championships. Good fight, Spooky. But yeah, that's gonna be it for Chang Sung Jung. Again, he's had a pretty solid career in the featherweight division. Exceptional fighter. Pride and joy of Korea for sure. An MMA pioneer. Absolute legend. And hopefully this showcase has done him justice. This is Romero 17. I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all.